So today we are looking at the PikaOS, which is a gaming focused Linux distribution. So here you can see the installer, and the desktop environment I chose is the KDE Plasma. You get the GNOME desktop environment also. And about the what it is based on and about the desktop environment versions, I'm going to go through all those things later. But you need to boot it in the UEFI instead of legacy. So when you boot it in the legacy, it's going to not allow you to install anything. It's just going to give you a red text with saying like you booted in the legacy mode instead of the UEFI. So you can't install the PikaOS. So that's the reason boot it in the UEFI instead of legacy. So here we already have the installer. So I'm going to show you the installation later. So let's first check the system monitor. Let's see how much of resources it's going to consume, and we can go through all the other things. So let me find the system monitor first. So here is the system monitor. I'm going to keep the installer like that because the installation or the installer application will take a bit of time, and also the booting process will take a bit more time when compared to other distributions. I don't know why it's taking that much of time. So here you can see it's consuming like a 1.7 GB, and always remember when you run it on the VMware you should be having some issues. So that's the reason always boot it in the virtual box. And if you want to still try it, you can try it, but try it in the UEFI instead of the legacy. So you need to change that options in the VMware. So the version of a PikaOS is 3, as you can see, PikaOS Linux 3. So this is not the latest version, or it didn't release today or something like that. It's just recommended Linux distribution from my in the comment section from my viewer. So here is the version of the KDE Plasma 5.27.10. You don't get the 6th version, you just get the 5.27, which is pretty much good. You already use this version. So Qt version you get is a 5.15.10, and the KDE Frameworks version you get 5.112.0. So the RAM is like a 1.8 GB. The CPU is pretty much unstable. You already know sometimes in the virtual machines that happens. But in the bare metal, it's going to be performing way better. I'm not going to say exactly, but it's going to be performing sometimes. But if you see the same thing or the same issue in the CPU, then it's better to choose the other desktop environment, which is like a GNOME version. So the applications, here is the applications. And also in the bare metal, the CPU resources and the RAM will be consuming lesser, and also the user experience will be better. If you want to install, do your own research and get all the information. If it's good with the privacy, if it's good with the security and all those things, then go with the installation. Or else there are a lot of other gaming Linux distribution, you can go with those things. And here you can see CPU is pretty much unstable, which I already showed you. So process running right now. Let's check the process. And also the applications, some settings is taking a bit of time when compared to other desktop environments, other Linux based distributions which are based on the KDE Plasma. So these are all the process, as you can see. And also you can see there is like a major lag here. So it's taking after like a 3-4 seconds after I scroll it down. So these are all the process. I didn't open any of the applications or anything like that. So I'm going to keep the system monitor in the right side corner. So before that, let's check the about system monitor. You get the version 5.27.10. So you don't get the latest KDE Plasma version, but I don't know what version you get of the GNOME version. I already made a video of PikaOS GNOME version. If you want to check it out, you can check it out in my channel. So this is the PikaOS 3 version. So let's check other things. Like before going to the official website, let me type in some commands to get some distro information. And also NeoFetch shouldn't be installed or pre-installed before. You need to install the NeoFetch on your own if you want to get some other information. But INXI is pre-installed already. So let me first show you that. Let's check the about console. And also there is like a mouse response is also a bit delaying on the virtual box. In the VMware it doesn't even work properly, so that's the reason I tried in the virtual box right now. But in the virtual box also it's taking a bit of time here. So let me type in the command inxi-sv8. So here you should be getting all the information. So system, let's go with the first system. Host is a PikaOS because I'm running it on the live boot. Kernel version you get is a 6.8.3. I'm going to show you all the Linux kernels versions right now in the official website. So let's first go through all those things, and I'm going to show you other things like a downloading and the version or the PikaOS official website and all those things. So you get the 6.8 kernel, 64-bit. Compiler GCC version you get is a 13.2.0. Desktop KDE Plasma version you get is a 5.27.10. Qt version already mentioned, and distro it says like a PikaOS Devel, so the code name should be Devel. So right now I'm running it on the VirtualBox. Here is the battery, so which is clearly unnecessary for the video. So here is the RAM. I already mentioned I'm running it on the VirtualBox with a 8 GB of RAM. CPU is i5 1240p, and VirtualBox or the virtual disk is a 60 GB. So here is available RAM, which is 7.75 GB. Used is 2.17 GB. You already know KDE Plasma will consume a lot of resources, same like the GNOME version also. So it's not a lightweight Linux distribution, and also gaming Linux distros doesn't consume lesser resources. So you need to understand these basic things. And the CPU i5 1240p, which I already mentioned like 2 times already. Vulnerabilities, which is clearly unnecessary for the video. So let's go with the graphics. VMWGFX version is 2.20 and the display is X11. I'm going to show you the login, logout screen, everything at the end. So the Xorg version you get is a 1.21.1.7 with the XVLAN version 21.1.99. And what else we have here? My actual resolution or the right now using resolution is a 1920 into 1080. And other available resolutions will be right here. OpenGL version is 4.5, Mesa version is 24.0.4. And what else we have here? So LLVM pipe, the audio information, let's go with the audio. So here is the ELSA. Pipewire version is 1.0.3. And what else we have? The network, which is clearly unnecessary. Network, Bluetooth, partitions, repos. So if anything is important here, you can just read it from here by pausing the video. Process 200, uptime is almost 19 minutes. Wakeups 22, init systemd version 253. Compiler GCC version already mentioned. Shell bash version is 5.2.15. Console or the INXI version is 3.3.29. So let me type in cat /etc/issue. It says like a PikaOS Linux 3. So let me show you the neofetch. So when you type in the neofetch, it says command not found because it's not installed. So I'm going to install the neofetch, and we're going to continue with that. So the neofetch is installed here. So I'm going to type in the neofetch. Hit enter. So it's based on Nobara with the Ubuntu base. So I'm going to go through all those things from the official website. So we're going to go through the official website and read everything there. So the operating system already mentioned, the kernel, uptime, packages you get 2595 dpkg, shell bash version already mentioned, my resolution, the themes, icons, terminal, my CPU and the RAM. So you got all the information here. So let's close everything. And now let's open the Firefox web browser, and we can go through all those official website downloading process and the available desktop environments and all those things. So usually it will take like 20 seconds to load up the browser, but it's pretty much quick right now. So I'm going to open every important tab, and I'm going to continue with this, all those things. So I opened every important tab here. So let's first go with the browser version. So here is already the version. So browser is a Firefox. The version you get is 124.0.2. You don't get the latest Firefox browser because it didn't release on the October. It released like a past few months ago. So that's the reason you should be getting the 124 version. So the latest stable version right now is 131.0.3. So that's the reason you should be getting the 124 version. Here is the build ID. Distribution ID is canonical. It's canonical because let me show you that. So when you scroll it down here, you should be seeing what is PikaOS based on. So Nobara combined with the Ubuntu base. So that's the reason it says like a canonical here. And the Linux kernel 6.8.3. So in order to go to the Linux kernel, you just need to type in like a Linux kernel, and the first link will be obviously the official website. And here is all the versions like a mainline, stable, long term, or else you can just type in like the kernel version and you should be getting every information about that kernel version. And if you go to the releases, here is all the information and description of what is mainline, stable, long term, and all those things. So these are all the long term version 6.6. So the version you have the 6.8. I don't think it's like a long term version. So in order to get the kernel version, you can use this command neofetch, inxi, fastfetch, whatever you want, you can try it to get the kernel information. And the themes is like a Breeze Advaita. And the RAM already mentioned, available disk space is 3.5 GB. This is some browser information which is clearly unnecessary for the video. And here is like a Mesa LLVM pipe information. I already showed you in the commands or in the terminal. Again, here you should be seeing the same thing. The window protocol X11, KD Plasma desktop environment. Here is like some other information and my monitor resolution. So if anything is important here, you can just pause the video and read everything. So let's close the about support and also the kernel. So this is the official website, which is PikaOS-O. It's a PikaOS. So sorry, it's a pika-os.com. So this is the official website. So you just need to type in like that in the search bar, or else you can just type with the search term like a PikaOS and you should be getting all the information. So here it says like a Nobara combined with the Ubuntu base. So if you don't know what is a PikaOS, you should be getting all the information here. So about the features, QtBurb, gaming out of the box. PikaOS set to enable as pain-free as possible Linux gaming out of the box. Drivers included, excellent performance, excellent compatibility, open source, and here is the chain log. So I think the version is like a 3 versions chain log should be this one. And frequently asked questions, here is all the questions if you want. About the downloading, here is the other desktop environment, which is a GNOME, KDE, Hyperland beta version. It's coming soon. I don't know when it's coming. And here is the NVIDIA ISO files. Download whatever you want. Right now I already downloaded the KDE ISO, which is a simple one, not the NVIDIA one. And here you should be getting all the information. And about the FAQs and about the status, here is all the information. And Lunar Lobster based iOS out now. We have a new Discord. Check it out here. So if you want the Lunar Lobsters, you can just go to the Discord. I don't have a Discord, so that's the reason. So here it should be seeing the Discord. I don't know why it's taking a lot of time, and also CPU is pretty much going crazy throughout the video. So that's the reason I always mention to keep an eye on the CPU and RAM throughout the video. And also it's consuming a lot of resources. So let's check the system requirements. So there is some information about the system requirements, but as you can see, it's consuming like a 3 GB around 3.1 GB. So in the bare metal, it should be consuming like a maybe 2.6, 2.7 GB. So I already mentioned that it's not a lightweight Linux distribution. Gaming Linux distributions doesn't call it like a lightweight. It doesn't work like that. So you should be having like a good CPU resources. So it's 2024, you need to have like a 2 GHz dual core processor, 4 GB of RAM, maybe the 60 GB of hard disk or SSD, whatever it is, and monitor resolution like a 1366 into 768 or 1920 into 1080. So you can run almost like a 70 to 80% of every Linux distro. And also Discord is taking ages to load, so let me close everything. So about the downloading, let me first show you the downloading thing. So you just need to click on the ISO and the ISO will be downloading. So here is the ISO. So I think I already made a video of GNOME version. There will be a video of the GNOME version. If you want to check that out, you can check it out, because I already made like a PikaOS videos, lot of videos, I think. So you can search, you should be getting all those videos, because I covered like a 3000 videos or 4000 videos in my channel. So you should be getting the every Linux distro there. So that was some information here. Let me close it. And about the installer, here you should be having the live boot option and install the distro to the system. You can choose whatever you want. If you want to select the language, you can select here. So there are a lot of there is some different installation, but the process is completely same. You need to set the time zone, keyboard partitioning, everything is same, nothing is changed, but the style is changed here. So it's not a Calamaras installer, so that's the reason it's different. You can search the language here like this, and you should be getting the languages here. I'm going to choose the English United States. Click on next. So it's going to take a few seconds maybe here, and also the installer is taking a bit of time again. PikaOS user license agreement. So I think you need to agree for in order to click on next, you just need to take this option, click next. So always read everything. So here is all the information. It's better to read it from here, or else you can just try it on your own. So let me click on next. Here is the time zone. So let me try Los Angeles. Just like that. Let's click on enter. Maybe it should work or not. I don't know. So we are not getting anything here. I'm just going to click on next. And here is the keyboard. I'm going to keep it like a English United States. About the partitioning, if you want automatic partition or the manual partition, you already know how to install it. And when you click on next, here you should be seeing all the passwords and all the STA. Here is my virtual disk. So again, everything is same. I'm not going to install anything here because I need to make another video. So I'm just going to go back, or else I'm just going to minimize it. And here are all the other desktop features. So this is same, which is date and time, which is similar in KDE Plasma desktop environment. But the Super GFX is the new thing here. So I'm not using the NVIDIA graphics card right now for the virtual machine. So that's the reason you should be seeing the only integrated available. And here are other options. So that's the new thing here. And this is the network connections, which is pretty much same. And the drives, my battery, I'm running it on the laptop, so that's the reason. Volume, here is let me see it. So there are some updates also here. Here is the messaging, and let's check the updates. Let's see the updates here. And the language is English United States, or the English, and the Plasma browser integration. And about the pre-installed applications, you don't get any applications from the PikaOS other than the installer. But in the GNOME version, you should be getting some different applications. I don't really remember what applications you get, because it's been like maybe 4 or 5 months ago I made a video of that GNOME version. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. And also, I don't think I have any voiceover for that, so it's better to listen with the music, I guess. And about the version, here is the about 5.27.10, and updates are clearly 91, and the total size is around like a 159.4 MB, which is 160 MB. And about the pre-installed applications, let me go through pre-installed applications. You get the APX of from the PikaOS, and most of them other applications are from the KDE Plasma itself. Here is like a IAM contacts. This is the icon of the IAM contacts. And what else we have? So KGPG, and this some other applications. Most of them are clearly from the KDE Plasma itself, so I don't think anything is added from here. So here is the PikaOS repository settings. Let me even open the Synaptic Package Manager, and we can end the video. I don't have any games to try to test it, and I never try to test it because I never do that type of tutorials. I just show you the basic things. And about the login credentials, I don't really remember, or maybe there is nothing information in the official website itself also. So let's try the live. Sometimes the live works, sometimes the root works. Let's try the root. It's not working. Maybe nothing. So there is nothing for the password. You just need to click on enter and you should be getting the uh, login. So I'm going to show you the login and logout screen also later. So here are the updates, extra sources, Flatpak. Here are all the other things. If you want, you can add the source. So I'm going to close this thing and let's check the updates. So here are all the updates you get. So there are a few updates around like a 160 MB. And about the Synaptic package manager, here is all the packages. So the installed packages will be right here. So you just need to scroll it down. And for the about section or the about the Synaptic package manager 0.91.3, the version you get. And you don't need to do a stress test because it's already consuming a lot of resources here. So let's try to open few applications. Let's see what happens. So I'm just going to open few applications like a normal user, and the CPU went almost like a few percent high. So you just need to ignore those things because every application is still opening in the background. So that's the reason CPU and RAM will be higher. But everything is when everything is opened, you should be seeing this table graph of a CPU and the RAM. So all the applications are open right now, and you should be seeing all the resources working properly again. So here are all the applications. Here is the history. So here you can see the graph which went clearly to the top of the 100%. So that's the reason when you open all the applications at once, you should be seeing the graph to a high peak. So after opening all the applications, the graph will be going down again and it will run to this table. So these are all the process. So there was some hiccups here and there in the beginning, but at the end it's clearly a bit lesser. So it should be working pretty much good, I think, in the bare metal. I never tried it installing on the bare metal, so it will be clearly up to you if you want to try it. But always when you try to booting, you always try it in the UEFI, never try it in the legacy, because it's going to it doesn't properly work and the installation doesn't work. So when you open the installer, you should just get the some warning. So that's the reason I'm saying again and again. So try to boot it in the UEFI instead of the legacy and it should be working properly. And if you see the same issues, it's better to stay away from this Linux distribution and try with the GNOME version. If that thing also happens the same, like a resource consuming more and the CPU is more, then it's better to stay away from this type of Linux distribution and try to find the another gaming Linux distributions. But if it works for you, then go with this distribution. And always do all the research like privacy things and all those things, and like forums and all those things. If you have any issues, try to get information there. And I think that's the main thing here. So RAM is almost like a 3.5, 3.6, and CPU is pretty much almost going up to 60 and back with the 3040. So I'm going to keep it like that. Let's check the application information and we're going to end the video. About Dolphin, here is the version. So you should be seeing every application of the KDE Plasma version with the same version. So here is the setups. If you want launch applications, you can launch here. Recommended additions. So these are all like a Blender, Krita, which are important for the gaming and also for the editing. So these are some content creating and also for a normal user. OBS is for content creating, Krita and Kdenlive, which is completely content creating. And look and feel, if you want to get new icons, you can launch here. Troubleshoot issues, if you have any issues, you can go with the wiki. If you want to go with the community, you can ask in the Discord and in the Reddit if you have any issues. If you want to contribute, you can go with these things. And here is the welcome information, Cosmo 5.0.0. So if it works good in the bare metal, then try it. And always do your research when you are trying to install, or if you want to try to install. if it satisfied your needs, and then go with the installation, or else if any privacy issues, then stay away from these distributions. So it's clearly up to you to judge. So this is how it performed in my PC or in the virtual box. So I'm going to show you the logout screen and I'm going to end the video. So at the end of the video, this is how the resources are showing. And let me show you the logout screen. So the password shouldn't be having anything. So let's show you the logout screen. So you just need to click on enter and that's it. And about the sessions, you get the X11 and the VLAN. So you just need to click on enter and you should be logged in. So that's it for the video. So thanks for watching, and I will be posting daily 2 videos. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.